And I believe that we are live.
Well,
I
I'm
think.
loving the countdown that they
Yeah, the
they
countdown's cool.
introduced us with. Yeah.
We're gonna have to get a theme song or something at some point.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Like a little opening theme. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Hello,
Yeah.
everybody.
That'd be
This
fun.
is the very first episode of the Neurodivergent Normal podcast. We've had a great afternoon full of technical difficulties, but we made it happen. um,
Hopefully, we
sorry.
won't have any more during the course of the show. But technical difficulties tend to follow me around a bit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. Well, it's a thing. But
yeah.
obviously, if you're watching here, it's because you're not watching on YouTube or Facebook. That will come with live streams eventually. But there's just some difficulties there with verifying channels and whatnot. But we are bloody excited to be here. It's been a long time coming. We've been thinking about this since last year, I think. I am
Yeah.
joined by my very good friend Danny WX, and we've been kind of working behind the scenes, just trying to pull guests and pull everything together. And we're really excited about what we got. But we did decide that we would flatter each other a little before we get started. And you ready for this? I've written it down.
Okay. Yep.
Because
Yep.
we've got Danny WX, former S tier 4ZZZ announcer, simultaneously the funniest and most insightful lyricist I've ever come across, for acts such as Kenny and Hall, Captain Cake, and of course your solo material under the moniker Danny WX. He's also, ready, a kickboxer extraordinaire, kick-ass novelist on topics from surfer pizza delivery drivers to vampires, and I have it on very good authority that he did in fact write the script for Avatar, and the writing dream has worked out for him. If anyone doesn't get that, I strongly suggest you go back and listen to Danny's back catalogue because he is hilarious and, like I said, insightful.
Oh, wow. Thank you for that glowing introduction. I mean, there's some deep lore in there with the Captain Cake references and everything. And
Inside jokes.
yeah, unfortunately, my introduction isn't half as glowing as yours, but
So
I'm
more
here.
accurate, yeah.
I'm here with my very good friend Photon John, who is a musician, vocalist, business owner, and podcaster extraordinaire. A man of many talents who has been involved for as long as I've known him in various creative projects and is talented in many areas, very much an all-rounder, but also deeply focused and passionate in several things. So,
Cool.
yeah,
I'll take focus.
I came up with that on the fly,
Yeah.
so hopefully. Hopefully
I,
it works.
I can certainly find a thing I really want to do and hyper focus on it.
Yeah.
When the mood is right. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I guess we should get the diagnosis out of the way a little bit.
Yeah.
So this is obviously a podcast for people with different brains. I've had a podcast for 2.5 years in the past that we don't need to get into on this topic. I have autism and ADHD, both diagnosed. That was a very long journey towards a diagnosis. Did not happen until my late 30s. But kind of knew before that I have neurodivergent people in my family because we do. But the diagnosis thing I think is something we'll probably get into in later episodes. We have talked a little about doing our own sort of 20-minute episodes here and there just to talk about ourselves and introduce ourselves more for those who don't know us. But yeah, Danny, would you like to get into your side of things a little?
Yeah, so I was diagnosed with autism in April 2024, so coming up on my 2-year anniversary now.
Wow.
And it had been the kind of thing that people had suggested to me for a number of years. I reckon you might be on the autism spectrum, but at first it wasn't something that I was terribly interested in pursuing a diagnosis for. I thought, well, I've how's that going to help me now? And then, but I guess I had sort of a mindset shift when, I'd do some solo music under the moniker Danny WX, as you mentioned. And I noticed a couple of years ago that my music was drawing a very neurodivergent crowd and that they were appreciating what they called... like some of them said I was doing autistic kind of humor, and it made me feel good, like really, really good. And I was like, okay, well, I guess maybe it's time to face something that previously I had some stigma or some shame towards, and I didn't want to admit. And yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I should go into some of the challenges I had when I was growing up and when I was younger. Or, as you said, we'll probably get into that a bit more on further episodes. But since getting the diagnosis going on 2 years ago now, it's been an interesting time, to say the least, and it's involved me kind of going over my whole life and reprocessing it and going, okay, so that's what that thing that happened when I was 10 was about. And in the end, it definitely ended up being worth it for me. It's made a difference in various ways.
Well, I think, I don't know if you'd agree with me, but for me, it was genuinely life-changing, and I was similar in that I didn't know if I needed it. I don't think until you get diagnosed, you can know. But obviously, we live in a country where that's very, very difficult and expensive to make happen. So no judgment to the people where it's very necessary, to self-diagnose. Well, I think that's enough of an intro for now. So we've got joining us today, Elle Burke, and Elle and we met probably a few years ago when I was still in my old band Gutterfire. And I think we just kind of clocked each other from across the room, as both being a bit different in the room, a little bit separate, but also just really locked into art and music in a way that I think a lot of people can be, but neurodivergent people in particular are. I can't remember who went on stage first, but we exchanged some feedback about the stage where it was like, oh, the microphone feels a bit fuzzy on the mouth or something to that effect. I don't remember exactly. I was just okay. I get you. And so we're going to just start off with a little taste of her music. Well, a full taste. It's going to be the full track. And then we will bring Elle in.
Cool.
Okay, let's see if I can get this up then. Awesome. Very awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
She should be joining us in just a
Good
sec.
song. Yeah.
We are figuring this out as we go, but it's yeah.
Yeah.
I still get chills when I hear that song. Like honestly, it's a song I chuck on after a couple of beers at home.
Yeah, I listened to it this morning. Good song. Yeah, I should mention as well that this is my first rodeo, my first time hosting any podcast ever. Although I did used to be a 4ZZZ announcer, as you say, so
Something different.
there might be a few stumbles along the way. I might be a bit shambolic occasionally, or more than occasionally. I'll be taking my cues from you.
We're called the Neurodivergent Normal for a reason, right? This is not some shiny corporate podcast. This is a bunch of people talking like normal. Anyway, we have Ella here, so let's bring her in.
Hello.
Well, hey there.
Hi, El.
How you doing?
Oh no, I can't hear anyone this time.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh.
Just check the speaker bit down the bottom.
Okay, I'm gonna try and leave and come back in again. Okay.
No worries.
All right.
Sorry.
Right.
So we've spent a good amount of an hour or two this afternoon dealing with that issue.
Yeah.
Between all of us have been having it. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's a thing. It's a bit of a thing. A technical thing. Sometimes technical things, they follow me around like sad ghosts.
I think it comes from just using a brand new platform that we've never used before. But let's try again.
Yeah, that too.
See if we can get everything.
Okay.
All right. Hello.
Is that better?
Hello, can you both hear me?
We
Yes.
can, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hey, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, brilliant, excellent. It's yeah.
Elle, I'm not sure if you heard my little intro before. I'm curious if you remember that at Blutz when we played together. I can't remember if it was me or you that played first. I just remember we should exchange some information where it was like, oh yeah, the microphone's a bit feels a bit fuzzy on your mouth, and I went, okay.
Honestly,
we get each other.
Yeah, I heard you introduced that way, but I can't remember. I think that when I was playing then, I was just so full of nerves all the time that nothing really, no information stuck.
Well,
Yeah.
I struggle with information retention in general anyway, but yeah.
I can relate.
We have questions around that, so we will get to that.
I know the feeling. Yeah, after getting off stage, it's like, what just happened?
Yeah.
It was a blur.
I kind of over time got over that, but it was only through like full-on exposure therapy. So at first, especially with my last band, Gutterfly, because I only sang.
Yep.
And I didn't, before that, I always had a guitar to hide behind. But then after that, I kind of just went, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm just going to dive straight into the crowd at the beginning of the set and barely come out. And I think that it was just so overwhelming that I couldn't be overwhelmed, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Eventually, I got used to it as well, so I can relate to that. When I was in my early 20s and I tried stand-up comedy, and I got booed off stage and pelted with cow shit, then it would.
How do they have access to cow shit?
Where was it?
I'm not sure it was cow shit. It could have been. No, I made that part up.
Okay.
I did get heckled a fair bit, but anyway, this isn't about me.
I still do when I get off stage, and it's been a couple of years now. I'm still working on getting back on stage, but I would sort of, and the band, they were just like, well, but you're the first one free, so as soon as you're done, you've got to go to the merch stage. And I just be like, oh, but that's exactly when I need to run out of the venue and maybe across the road into a dark corner somewhere and just like curl up. But but I love fucking playing music so much, so I consider it worth the expenditure of energy. Especially because that connection with people, which is something that I can struggle with a little, not struggle with, but it's something I never felt growing up because I felt so different. So I do value that quite a bit. Anyway, this is not about us. Why don't you just fill us in a little? What is your flavor of neurodivergence for the audience?
So same as you, autism and ADHD. Yeah, I only got diagnosed a few months ago because, how's
that been?
Yeah, it's been okay. Like I always knew that I was that. It's just that I decided that I was going to medicate after sort of being pretty stubborn about medicating,
Mm.
and realized that I had to get it like formal diagnosis to be able to do that. So, yeah, it's
Do you mind if I ask how that's been for you? I have a lot of friends who are medicated. I never have been.
mm,
I'm looking into it because some of the benefits does sound pretty good. But how's that been for you?
um, it's yeah, it's been useful in some ways. Like,
Mm.
it gets rid of the task paralysis a little bit,
Yeah.
which just allows me to sort of, go
Mm.
and do things the way people do things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Instead of one thing a day, I can do like, five things in a day. So
Yeah.
yeah,
that's nice. But yeah, if you I don't know, if your meds kick in and you're, say, on your phone, like that's not good. Because
Okay.
yeah,
yeah, like you can sort of just get trapped in like whatever
You
you're doing at that time. Like I've taken my meds and they've kicked in like when I've been writing music and then I'm like literally sitting in this hunched over position for 5 hours working,
just
yeah, just on Ableton.
yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Which is like productive, but also like yeah, it's just yeah, things like that. But I don't know, I've always hoped to sort of just use it as a way to build habits and then eventually be able to stop taking them. Like I took a break for a month, like only like a week ago. Like I started
Hmm.
taking them again because I realized I was sort of getting a bit funny.
Hmm.
Um, and I only decided to medicate like around some like the time I was like grieving quite heavily. It was
Hmm.
yeah,
more like a necessity, like to because like having everything that's happening on top like on top of the grief, it wasn't allowing me to show up the way that I needed to for people who needed me to be present. So
yeah,
yeah.
And I guess worth pointing out is that when you have autism and ADHD, the ADHD meds don't necessarily help the autism. So
mm,
processing big emotions like that doesn't get a whole lot easier just because of ADHD meds necessarily.
mm,
Yeah, well, the meds do cause a bit of blunting as
Mm.
well,
Mm.
which I struggle with a little bit because I like to feel my emotions, and
yeah,
I've always been pretty good at regulating them. So
Mm.
mm,
when I am on the meds, I've had to be like learn to be a lot more intentional with like thinking about why I'm feeling the way I am, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
yeah.
And do you mind if I ask, did you ever get into antidepressants much growing up, or
No,
not really?
I never really had any help in that regard growing up. Like I didn't really see a therapist or
Mm,
uh I was just always sort of doing my own thing and trying to tackle it myself.
Mm.
yeah,
But yeah, like using my surroundings as well and friends and all of that to sort of just work work out reality.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm not really big on SSRIs and all of that. Like I've got
Mm.
quite a few friends who have had sort of negative experiences. I've got a couple of friends who have had really positive experiences, but
Mm.
they seem, I don't know. I think that the yeah, that
The
they're
side
the
effects are heavy.
who are really
mm,
who are really struggling, and like
Mm.
it's sort of like this last yeah, like last ditch effort, I guess, to
Yeah.
make sure that they don't hurt themselves. Like the
mm,
topsy turvy thing is like the first couple of weeks on antidepressants make you
Yeah.
really prone to suicidal ideation, like all these horrible thoughts. So like it
I,
does
I,
rewires the brain.
I was on them from God, like age 13 to 30 something.
Yeah.
And
mm,
just because, yeah, for that reason, I was really struggling to want to, uh, keep
It's
aliving myself. And
mm,
I was, but the problem was that the only way they ever worked was to zombify me so hard that I couldn't feel anything.
yeah.
And that sucked. So I worked with a therapist and my GP for a good year or two to just sort of, okay, let's build tools for me to figure out how to feel my emotions and you know, deal with them as best I can. I'm actually now receiving TMS therapy, like transcranial magnetic stimulation, which if you don't know about it, it sounds like woo because magnets, but it's actually well science backed, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm about 4 weeks into 7 weeks, and wow, you know, we'll have to do an episode on that sometime. In fact, we may even interview the guy who runs the clinic, because it's been absolutely life changing. But yeah, the SSRIs, I understand what you're saying. They were, for some people, it's just it's not enough that you have to take too much of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
They're also quite difficult to get off as well. Like,
Yes.
I've heard. So yeah.
Elle, I was wondering, before you sought the diagnosis, did you have kind of a similar experience to me where you made friends easily who were on the same wavelength and they sort of went...
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like we've got a lot of neurospicy people in Maganjan, so yeah,
we run in packs, even when we don't know that we're in packs.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely true. That's what I found. So,
basically the whole creative scene, like you can kind of pin
Absolutely.
to some kind of diagnosis.
Yeah.
I was wondering a bit about your musical history. Like, when did you first develop an interest in music, and how did that what's your history, I guess, with being in bands and with playing music live?
So I've always had an interest in art and music. It's sort of just natural.
Since very young, or?
Oh yeah, basically since I was
Same.
a wee kid. So I had like this Power Rangers outfit and like get up on the stage at, like, I think it was like the RSL club or something, and like just perform for everyone very confidently. And yeah, just always drawing, or like coloring in and stuff at first, obviously. Drawing. And then in high school, I sort of just played a little bit of guitar, was basically just one of those kids that hung out in the music rooms on lunch break and all of that. And yeah, I had my first kind of band, which lasted like, I think it was like a month or two in late high school. And then it took quite a while actually to be in my first real band, which was Burnt Trash. So yeah.
Is that your first real band?
Yeah.
Wow, you did not come across in that band as someone who that's their first real band. You come across as a seasoned musician.
Yeah, we've been together for like 8 years now, I think. So like watch the first videos and you'll be able to see it.
Well, I was there for some of the first gigs. Wow, have we? I don't know if I was there for like the very first stuff, but we played together pretty early on in that band's career, right?
Yeah, like relatively. I think we were probably together for at least a couple of years before that. So yeah, we were like just doing lots of gigs at Fat Louie's and Blutz essentially. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta say, even back then, you never came across as someone who, like, maybe someone a little shy, but again, I think we clocked each other from across the room and realized, I understood why you were a little like that. But I think the thing I've most enjoyed watching you guys, and I mean, aside from just the band, is just so different in ways, and I'm neurodivergent. I like stuff that's outside the box and stuff, but really, truly talented and outside the box. And then, and your quieter presence when you were less, confident. There was something there that was really unique. So, I'm not trying to invalidate how you were feeling, but it was, I never got that feeling from you at all. I felt like, okay, absolutely. This is like peak musician.
Well, when we first started, we actually had another singer in the band. His name's Luke Swain, and he's amazing. But he ended up moving to Melbourne a couple of years after we started. So we actually used to just go between the two of us, like, because I think when the guys formed the band, like, they knew that I didn't have experience. So having someone else up there with me to kind of bounce off for a little while definitely helped get me like where I needed to be, like, to feel confident up there. But like, it's it's good.
And like, in hindsight, that initial interest when you were young, do you attach that to neurodivergence, or is that just something intrinsic that you felt? Or at least like the way you interacted with it, maybe.
I think it's difficult to tell, isn't it? Like, just because, like, I think it's human nature to, like, want to express ourselves in some way, or, like, I don't know, just play with our surroundings. So yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, definitely the way I interact with it at times, because I'm very like, I don't know, like observant, I guess, or like so yeah. Yeah, I think, yeah, just a mixture. It's like
If,
both always, I guess.
if I can just go off on a little side quest here, Danny, was that like that for you?
Um, it was like you mean in terms of like when I
Very,
first
very young
started?
interest, yeah.
Very young interest. Yeah, I mean, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I remember I have some cassette tapes which thankfully don't exist anymore. But I had some cassette tapes of
Why,
me just
I'd love to see those.
of me just recording weird shit, like just pressing a button on a keyboard that plays a demo track and just recording weird shit over the top of it. So I was
Danny
doing that.
WX stuff.
I've been doing it on and off since I was like 9 or 10. You'd think I would have developed some musical ability by now.
I'll tell Elle your little story, and Elle, I'll tell you a little story, and the audience why this is very interesting to know. Because first time I ever saw this guy live, I walk into, I don't know if anyone remembers the New Globe Theatre, but I walk down the stairs into the foyer, and he's in the wearing a like a white and black captain's hat.
Yeah.
And just a microphone and a little laptop next to him, and he's just hitting play on songs and rapping some of the most hilarious and insightful, like I said in the intro, lyrics I've ever heard. And it was the strangest thing I'd ever seen. But I mean, I Faith No More was my favorite band when I was 10 years old. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But no, I just thought it was great, and I think,
thanks.
Yeah, yes, but that sounds very similar to what you were doing.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, my new stuff is quite similar but different. Like, I'm still at the moment, it's kind of like a mixture of comedy, and some of it's comedy, some of it's quirky pop music. It's just it's the solo stuff is basically whatever electronic music I feel like.
I don't understand how you weave that together so well in a live show. I don't think I ever fully understood it. Knowing you from the comedy, I think we've had this conversation before, but like when you started to shift towards the more serious stuff, I was like, oh, how is that going to work? And then I saw you live, and I'm like, I still don't understand how it works, but it does. Like,
yeah. Well, I guess it's just as long as it's authentic. I guess that makes the difference. Like with the Danny WX stuff, I mean, I have serious songs. I have a song about being autistic, actually. I have I have at least one love song. And yeah, somehow I think it works with the comedy stuff because I'm still being myself the whole way. And I think that's the ticket. It's just very much based on being myself.
So Elle, I guess you never want to sort of. I find this a struggle for myself, right? Trying to explain how I don't want my music to just be about my different brain, but at the same time, it's inescapable, right? It influences sort of every aspect of it. But do you have ways in which now that you understand yourself better, and you understand more about being autistic and having ADHD, that you sort of lean into things that you think that can help you with in music?
Sorry, my just so
It's all right.
Okay. That's all right.
Could you please repeat the question?
Do you find ways now that you're starting to understand yourself better, you've got the diagnosis and everything, do you lean into it at all with your music now and just sort of think, okay, I'm going to more embrace the way that this works and not see it as something I'll try and avoid? Or
yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, do you like to get weird? I love to get weird now, since my diagnosis. I'm like, no, embrace that because that's what makes me different,
Yeah, just lean into it.
I feel like I've always embraced the weirdness a bit. Like I've never had like too much of a confidence problem. Like when I was on stage, that was more like because I was quieter, it's just because I didn't know how to do the thing properly yet. Like,
Yeah.
but I didn't have any problem with being in front of people, like so much. But yeah, no, I definitely embrace the weird. Like, I just like to think of myself as a musical instrument. So like, I'm like trying to just make sounds like, because I don't know, like I went through this process of like, oh, I just need to be chill. Like, I don't need to be dramatic. Like, just, you know, just be myself up on stage because I don't like have to put on a performance. But then I was like, yeah, I think I actually just want to play with it more just to get different sounds out. And like, yeah, I don't know. It's like going between different personalities.
Well, what about like, you know, vocal approach or any indirect lyrical influence or songwriting style? Does it influence that in ways that you embrace more, or you're just more aware of now? Or do you kind of just, is it more of just like a sort of general, I'm gonna be less paranoid about that, about being weird. I'm just gonna, you know, just lean into everything all at once.
To be perfectly honest, like I've just never really like I even now that I've had my diagnoses, I just don't factor it in. Like I've just always acted like me and you know judged how I interact with everything based on the evolution of me or like how I'm growing essentially. So like yeah, it's not really something that takes up too much space like in my mind. Because
So it's not like a,
yeah,
not like a deliberate thought.
yeah, because I think that like at the end of the day, like base most humans like are on the spectrum to some degree. Like and if they're not on the spectrum, I guess they're like kind of on the spectrum of like emotional like lack of awareness or you know different things like that. Like I just yeah, so it's just not yeah, the only reason, as I said, like I really got a diagnosis was just because I wanted to try medicating it. But yeah, so.
But I guess, is there any way that that's positively impacted it? Just you know, like you're saying, like your life being a little bit different now that you can do the thing and.
Yeah, it's yeah, I think just being able to focus on things for a longer period of time.
What is it like writing a song for 5 hours instead of?
Yeah, like well, like yeah, that I guess there's ups and downs because I feel like I can focus on something for a bit longer, but because of the emotional blunting, then like it's affecting my intuition or like, you know, like how I would naturally write. So like, you know, there's pluses and minuses to it. Yeah, that's why I like kind of well, not the main reason, but also just like feeling my body and like how it affects my energy. I tried meditating for a month and that was really good, like really useful. I felt like I had more energy. I wasn't taking the medication and like I wasn't feeling like burnt out after taking the medication for 4 days and needing to have a break. So like long term, absolutely don't want to take the medication. But yeah, it's just that because of the depression as well, that's just kind of like locked in parts of my body that yeah, it's just I don't know. I struggled to maintain it, so I'm basically like trying to do it again. Like take the medication, get to the point where I can self-sustain again, and then hopefully it'll last longer this time. So it's just, yeah, it's a journey.
Yeah. How long did your meditation sessions last for?
I got like really into it, so I just sat over in the park like all day. Like for the first few days and yeah, I just ended up really sunburnt and then learnt to wear long sleeves. But yeah, like I actually had burns on my calves from sitting in meditative pose for so long. Like I was just really focusing on my breath work and yeah, it's very useful and I feel guilty for not doing it right now. But yeah, I don't know. I went and hung out with some friends and like I'd quit smoking for like almost a month as well, like a bit over a month.
Yep.
And I went and hung out with some friends and had a go of the smoking and the vaping again. And
Oh yeah.
yep, had like a couple of drinks, which I don't ever really do. Like I'm not I just, it's not something I enjoy personally. But yeah, just kind of went in, I don't know, I wouldn't say like self-destruct mode. I think that it's healthy to have a balance, but yeah, my self-control isn't the best. So like as soon as I did that, like I started smoking again. So
Yeah.
yeah, gonna try over the next few days to wean off that again. Well, go cold turkey again, because that's the only way that works for me, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, all the best with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always kind of gone basically when I do, and I've quit for various times in my life. But you know, you've just I don't know. I've always just found the best way to do it is to go, okay, this is gonna suck. I know it's gonna suck. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take some time out of my life, like a week maybe, and just let it suck for a week, and then it gets easier. You know.
Yeah, you just have to get really good at saying no to yourself. It's like every 2 minutes, no. Sorry, Danny, what were you going to say?
Where does your songwriting inspiration come from? And do you think the diagnoses, have they recontextualized anything at all that you might have drawn upon for lyrics or anything like that?
Let me think. Well, I guess it was kind of interesting to just see it written down. Like, because like she asked me just about like my family history and like what I'd gone through, and yeah, like I guess like because I lost my dad like not that long ago as well, and yeah, sort of seeing it all like written down kind of just like was kind of like reaffirming, I guess, to have it acknowledged. But yeah, the way that it affects my songwriting, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it does. Yeah, like,
Not consciously. I think.
yeah,
I think
not consciously. Yeah.
yeah, but you can't. I don't. You know. I think. Well, unless you're deliberately writing stuff trying not to be personal. I think yeah, I mean it has to, right? It's your brain writing the music.
Exactly.
But no, like this is what I like about conversations like this, because I've had conversations with other musicians how they like it completely transformed everything.
Yeah.
And for me, I'm somewhere in the middle. It had good positive and negative, because getting diagnosed helped me understand myself a lot better. And that made me able to handle my emotions a lot better. But I'd kind of made a living out of intensely emotional music. So I was like, oh no, I'm not writing, you know. So I had to kind of find a new place in the middle. But I think, honestly, this is kind of the point of the podcast. I think, you know, because it's not going to affect everyone the same way. And when we say like neurodivergent, that doesn't mean everyone who has autism is the same. You know what I mean? Like it's or that their diagnosis is going to result in the same things. And we could talk to 100 different autistic musicians about music. We'd probably get 100 different answers. You know?
Yeah. For me, it definitely, I'm in the category of it pretty much changed everything, or it was definitely significant. And I'm not just talking about music, really. Self-love and self-acceptance, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I still make a lot of jokes at my own expense, but these days I don't put up with I do less people pleasing, and I don't put up with people who treat me badly as much as I used to. So that's been a positive development.
Yeah.
Self-flagellating is definitely something I do a hell of a lot less of since I got diagnosed. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's weird, the sort of transformation in my my perception of my bullies growing up. Even now as a man, it's like some people just pick up that something's not, you know, the same, and I don't know for why they get in there and they want to turn the screws, and I've kind of gone from thinking of that situation as, you know, what have I done wrong, or why don't they like me, as, oh, that person's a bully.
Yeah.
Because I am the way that I am and I can't help that. And that person is actually having a predatory, attitude towards that side of myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. And I'm kind of these days I don't feel the need to if I don't get along with someone, I can just walk away from them a lot easier. I don't necessarily. Obviously, if I apologize if I hurt somebody's feelings, of course. I don't just stomp all over the feelings and boundaries of others. But I don't. If I don't get along with someone, I no longer need to try and have a conversation that gives me some kind of closure and leaves both of us feeling good when that was really successful in the past anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, with the anxiety in performance stuff, did that just is that something where you felt like getting to know your brain better helped, or is that, again, just something where you just felt like time and practice helped you get better at that?
Yeah, I think, time and practice, like getting to know my brain better. But yeah, like I just did, like I'm a part of this group of people, but it's just not something that I think about like too often. Like, I mean, there's like I've seen like a lot of videos and like there's definitely some useful tools, but a lot of it is like kind of just information that I'd already learned to tell myself, or you know what I mean? Like just figuring out who you are. But like that being said, like I'm not like you're both massive advocates for neurodivergency and want to make a career out of it, and that's like
I don't know about that last bit.
like, you know what I mean? Like it's definitely of interest, and like it's helped you, like your diagnosis has helped you a lot. Like it's just, I think, just a matter of different backgrounds and like, focuses being on different things. And mine's just, not like it's interested, but like it's just not, it doesn't take up like a massive amount of space in my brain. So,
and all of it is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Sorry, it doesn't matter that we're different on that. I think the biggest thing I learned in like 2.5 years of a podcast on this topic already was, God, how do I explain 2.5 years of a podcast? Not everyone has to be an advocate. Not everyone has to feel that it defines them or doesn't. Not everyone has to feel that it defines certain parts of their life or doesn't, including music or art or their career. Some people, I mean, I'm on this podcast right now masking the fuck out of it. I find that really helpful for me when I'm having to do things like this. I don't think I could do anything like this if I wasn't. And on the new band, that's going to be a little different. I'm gonna start getting weird, but
right. I like the sound of that.
Oh, it's going to be
When you say getting weird, I'm imagining like Mr. Bungle or something, Frank Zappa.
Oh no, well, no, not musically. It's just thrash punk. So.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay.
No, I mean me on stage. You think that I finally came out of my shell and got a fire. You haven't seen shit.
Yeah. You did put on a very quite the performance in with Gutterfire. Very you're a charismatic performer.
Well, that one was like the in between. Like my band before that was me just total mask whole time behind my guitar. Just focusing on playing well. Gutterfire was sort of me coming out as much as I thought that I possibly could, but then realizing after a while, oh no, it's still kind of a mask. Next band, none of that. None of that at all.
Yeah. Sounds exciting.
So I think we're sort of coming towards the end of the questions here, but I guess so. I love Aurora. I'm sure that my pattern is got to be somewhere on some sort of neurodivergent spectrum. McCluskey is like my favorite band in the world right now.
David Byrne from Talking Heads
absolutely
said he was.
He is now diagnosed and is open about it.
We all knew that.
The whole world knew that.
Those dance moves.
Are there any like neurodivergent artists like that that you really admire for being themselves, even when they were perceived as a little, I would say, interesting, but other people might say off?
Yeah, I saw this question. I should have done my research. But I feel like most musicians and artists are probably neurodivergent to some degree, like, right? Or at least like, the real wacky ones. Um,
I would agree that I don't know many musicians who aren't.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I I think that, yeah, I'm inspired by everyone, and I enjoy
Cool. But come on, give me your biggest weirdo.
my biggest weirdo.
Who's your favoriteest weirdest artist?
Uh, I don't know, like I guess like Baby No Money is probably neurodivergent, maybe. I don't
Who's
know.
that?
Baby No Money.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah,
I've heard one of his songs.
they're a rapper, like,
Yeah.
he sort of like is a bit weird, I guess.
Mhm.
I've
Also
heard
probably
one
like
Baby No Money song.
probably Tyler the Creator. I mean, I feel like
Mm.
for sure they've got to be.
Oh yeah, Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just one's
Cool.
like sort of testing boundaries, like social norms, all that sort
Yeah.
of stuff. So
That's
yeah.
how I know that even when we don't think we're being neurodivergent in our music taste, we are, because we're
Yeah.
not listening to what everyone else is listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But mind you, I mean, God, I'm a huge, genuine Kylie Minogue fan. So what do I know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Never listened to like heaps of Kylie Minogue. I think I just know her songs because she's so popular. Like,
Well,
yeah.
and you're young and I'm old.
She's she's definitely influenced the like music and pop and everything
Yeah.
Mm.
majorly.
Oh, I don't know what it is. For me, it's like someone who has a really good sense for melody. So I like Kylie Minogue for the same reason, because also she, I mean, she does have writers, but she generally writes herself, or is at least involved in the process.
Yeah.
So to have that many hits, I'm like, well, yeah, and Australian, but so I like her for the same reason that I like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
I don't really see that differentiation. But
Yeah, you just got to
Yeah.
respect someone like doing their thing, and
especially doing it for that long.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up listening to Frente, and Angie Hart got a diagnosis recently. I don't have
Oh,
her
really?
I don't have her Instagram post in front of me, but
Mm.
I saw it while I was scrolling.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, I think we're kind of coming towards the end here. Elle, do you want to like let anyone know where they can find you, your bands, your various projects? Well, I also did not introduce Nagas Hoods. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah, Nagas Hoods.
I'm very sorry about that, everyone. Let's make a moment to focus on that. We will finish
Yeah.
on one of their songs.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
So I guess my Instagram handle is elf.daw
Mhm.
on Instagram, which is extremely low frequency digital audio workstation.
Cool.
And yeah, Nagas Hoods is just Nagas Hoods, Nagas Woods on the end.
Can I ask about the name?
Yeah, so Nagas are like these semi-divine gods,
Yeah.
and they're snakes. So yeah, like Shiva's sort of got like this like snake that they like is meant to be like their bed, and their name's
Yep.
Ananta, and yeah, like all the hoods of all of Ananta's hoods are like sort of different dimensions, like in the cosmic bed. So
Okay.
yeah, like Nagas hoods, like hoods of a snake. Oh yeah,
Awesome.
I don't know. I've got like a much longer description written down on my phone, but
That's okay.
Yeah.
we'll leave it at that.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll have to come see you guys live.
yeah.
Danny, you got any last questions?
Any final questions? No, I think that's about it. Except Nagas Hoods and Burnt Trash, your two projects. Are there
Yeah.
any
Is there a
other?
third?
There's little bits and
So-
pieces like everywhere. Like I produce some music with James, who goes by Birdbathed.
Yeah.
I do my own like stuff as well, like just different little bits and pieces, like art and all those. But I basically just post everything on Instagram whenever I like do anything. So yeah.
Oh yeah, cool. Well, if you have anything to promote now.
That's actually care.
Well, when we do upload this, and again, apologies to anyone listening that we couldn't upload this or live stream this onto YouTube or Facebook. It will be there later.
Yeah.
But we'll post links to anything that Elle wants us to post links to. Elle, you are peak human, as I've told you more than once.
Likewise.
I'm
You
so
too,
happy
Danny.
to have
Very
you
cool.
as our first guest. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for doing this.
Sorry,
Thanks,
I wasn't
Elle.
as prepared as I should have been.
Oh,
But
no, neither were we.
No.
Just a little background for the audience. We had we got on at 5:30, half an hour before we were supposed to start, and that was meant to be to make sure that Elle's equipment was working well. None of ours was, so she spent most of that half hour just watching us try to get everything working.
Yeah, like I said, this is my first rodeo. I mean, I've been a guest on podcasts before, but I've never been a host or a co-host of one. So I'll be taking my cues from you, experienced podcast extraordinaire.
Look, I could not be happier with the vibe of this. This is exactly
yeah.
what I was hoping for. Just
Good.
normal conversations between neurodivergent people, who can
yes,
just
no.
well, the thing you've spent this whole episode going, I don't think it ever really affect me, but non-neurodivergent people may watch and go, But I think this is great. I think we need to have more normal conversations. So what we're going to do for the audience is we're going to work through musicians. So our next guest will be Adam Dorr from The Mess We're In. We will announce more about that soon. And then we're going to do, I think the next thing was tradies, was it, Danny? I can't remember. Yeah. Tradies, authors, painters, professionals, doctors, whoever we can talk to, just neurodivergent people from all different walks of life. I think we'll go one theme per month, which means two guests in that theme. I just want to have a chat. Honestly.
Yeah.
I just want to have a chat. I don't want to try to necessarily solve anyone's problems or give tips and tricks for business or anything. I just want to have a chat.
No
Yeah,
answer.
I feel that. I want to hear people's experiences
Exactly.
and learn what I can, because obviously I only know my own experiences. I can't. I haven't been inside anyone else's head, so it's fascinating hearing other people's stories in their own words.
And it could be more difficult in different industries as well. I think
Might be, yeah.
being musicians, it's quite a welcoming atmosphere. So yeah.
I think I will end on one last note on exactly what you're saying. I was the kid in primary school who had no friends, was incapable of communicating with the other kids. I couldn't understand them. They couldn't understand me. I was walking around lunchtimes by myself with no friends. That went through most of primary school, and then in high school I discovered the guitar.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I had friends, and that never stopped my whole life.
Actually, same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It helped.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think I forget that too often, that I had no capability of really connecting with other kids until music happened, and they're like, oh, this guy wants to talk about Smashing Pumpkins for 3 hours. That's a bit weird. He must really like them. As opposed to before that, when they're like, yeah, this guy wants to talk about I don't know, dinosaurs for 3 hours. Let's go over there.
Also pretty cool, but
yeah, well, yeah.
okay.
Okay. Thanks, guys. That was
Thank
a really
you.
good chat. I think we
Thanks.
all did pretty well.
Yeah.
Well. All right. Well,
Thank you.
Thanks to everybody. We are on Facebook, now YouTube as of today. Don't judge us by the channel yet. Instagram as well, and we will start live streaming to those as soon as we can. I think Facebook, the page needs to be 60 days old. YouTube, we're just waiting for it to recognize some weird video of my face, and then we'll be able to live stream there. So yeah, thank you everybody. Appreciate you. We're gonna leave with Silicon Fucker. Which is a song by Nagas Hoods. And then I don't have a way to tell you all this without the crowd hearing, so I'm just going to tell you both to turn your camera and mic off. But please don't leave because it's recording, and you'll see that it's still saying uploading. After it's done with that, we can all jump off.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.